Alright, take 20 something. This is a video to show my mother the deck garden shelf and all that stuff that Richard built for me. Here is the shelf, and it goes all the way up there and across, and it's even behind that shade thing. It's not on that side of the deck. That's still railing. You can see some railing pots on there. And then, so anyway, so that's the shelving system, and I'll come down here so that you can see how he did it. He's got used some brackets and posts and stuff like that. I've got my topsy-turvy strawberry planters hanging off. I got space here for 2 more, for a total of 5. Hopefully these will help me have strawberries without slugs. I used to have, down in this area, used to be filled with slugs, or both. It was filled with strawberry plants and other like peas and beans and some onions. But it was just filled, packed full with strawberry plants, and the slugs were eating the strawberries, and I wasn't getting any strawberries from it. So I said, screw it, and I gave all the strawberries that were down there a friend of mine wanted. So she took the strawberry plants down there. So she took the strawberry plants earlier this year, and now it's empty. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I need to figure out a way to get rid of the slugs, maybe a snake or something. Anyway, so that is the shelving system that Richard bought. Here's where I used to have raspberry plants. Last year when I got all upset, I was sick of gardening, and I said I wasn't going to garden anymore, and we pulled up the raspberry plants and took them to an empty lot, and hopefully some of them survived. I don't know. I couldn't handle it anymore. I couldn't handle the slugs. I couldn't handle a lot of stuff. I was just like so upset, and I did one of my things, and I just freaked out and tore up the garden, and yeah. This is actually morning. This is the morning sun there. So I have all this shade, which will last, it's like 10 o'clock, 10:30 or so right now. I won't actually get full sun in this area until around 1-ish. And so hopefully with things up higher on the deck and up on the shelves there, they'll get a little bit more sun. I don't know. We'll find out. Eventually those trees have to come down because they're growing off another tree, and we got the telephone wires and all that stuff there. Anyways, okay, sorry, too much information. Alright, so here is what the strawberry, how much strawberries I had. These have been the babies and all that stuff that grew last year that, overwintered. I just allow them to overwinter together, and then when the spring comes, I take them apart and repot them or whatever. This year I'm using those topsy-turvy things, but I'm going to have a ton of leftover strawberries because one of these, this thing here is going to take at least, 1.5 to 2 topsy-turvies, and since I only have space for 2, that means I'm going to have another full thing. I have all these little babies here, and I'm going to have to find something to do with those strawberries. I don't know what to do with them. Those raspberry, I had a couple of volunteer raspberry plants that I have a couple of volunteers in where the raspberry used to be, and then these grew up somewhere else, and so somewhere else in the garden. I don't know. So I salvaged them until I decide what I want to do, and then here's a peppermint plant that a friend gave us. Okay, so the actual work portion is here. This is where I make my soils. I can sit down if I need to, or stand up. It's easier if I stand up because then I can move around, but sometimes my back forces me to sit down. I have coarse sand in the blue bucket, and then perlite, and those are for creating the space for air pockets and water pockets for the roots to be able to go through, and so that the soil doesn't compact down and all that stuff. I have coconut coir. I think it's called coir. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. which is similar to the peat moss, but it's better for the environment, and vermiculite, and those are water retainers. So they'll hold in the watering until the plants need them, and then the plants can pull it out and all that stuff. So I mix those together, and then I add in compost and fertilizer, including worm compost. You don't need as much worm compost, but I do that. And then for during the season, I'll add a fertilizer in. Anyway, so I mix everything together, stick it in the box until I'm ready to start planting. These are smart pots, and this is what I'm experimenting with this year. They're like kind of felt. You can see that they're very flexible and all that, but they have an airflow. A way air can flow in and out, and it helps to prune the sides of the roots so that the roots will create a nice ball inside the whole pot rather than like spreading out somewhere else where the plant really isn't at. Anyways, so I don't really recommend them for like the southern hotter environments, but like I'm just learning about them. The thing is because of the airflow, it'll dry out the soil really quickly, or fairly quickly, so you have to water more often. It may work well, I don't know. Like I said, I'm experimenting with them. The colder environment, I'm a little bit concerned about, because we haven't reached our last, our average last frost date yet. So I'm a little bit concerned that the roots might freeze or something like that and damage the plants. So I don't know. We'll find out. Okay. So this is my garden. What you saw, that's Pixie. She hasn't. Yeah, you saw her. I think you saw her. She doesn't. Anyways, okay, so that's my garden. Bye.